Mame sha se free Enzo Maresca ne press conference na se. Na Enzo Maresca press conference na se anodi akotudwa se. Kopama injury no. Odi kan be kasa is after international break no betima ba. Na emum entisa sese obekɔ fie another 6 weeks a enya hu Kopama ewo ho so na oye wrong about first information a odi ba bontin say after international break ebe hu Kopama. After sa story anase news na coach in the buy no me hu say enkofo tag Enzo Maresca say o abetwa ntro e de atro mo which untimi blame coach ni because a medical team no and a beka kire coach no bia odem ko bia player bia medical report ebeba so based on the medical team no beka kire coach no and then a coach ni betina press conference asia obeka because coach no enye expert in terms of the medical field. Yawo mo ye expert. That's the reason why every professional football club, our medical team, coach need or no concentrate on field any tactics no, on nisa medical background no. And to say who blame coach ne say one beka no cry and Chelsea supporters are in a way one ye fair to Enzo Maresca. By Ken, ni nyina ye say Kopama ne groin injury no. Idea wo hodada. Na omo ball Manchester United game no. And setback ne esa baby ma ebeye kese. So man team friend say Chelsea ya say Kopama no mu hu say ombema na rest kakra omo nkoye ne surgery. Na enkosi say ebobo international break na ba no etimi a recover. Until say na anu ye omo sa akọ assess no mu hu say da bi. Yenye ne surgery dia eni obese hi another 6 weeks biem no de atena fie. Eka hu bi ana ne press conference na se no coach ndi aba. So the Chelsea for no air trial be ye say person mo ye conservative treatment. Say ye ka conservative treatment a non-surgical approach a ye de manage a medical condition. Say play a prayer ye koye no operation a surgical approach. By the moment I better see ye see play and say onye surgery or onye surgery biano and ye can say conservative treatment and only a non-surgical approach. Now they are managing such treatment no. So the Chelsea for person mo ye edema Kopama no sa conservative treatment no. Na any player or befa conservative treatment bia no ye wo component miensa e was of him. The di kan pa rest. So the reason why Chelsea for asa the announcement abase Kopama ko 6 weeks no onkoye surgery no was so here rest because onkoye surgery a conservative approach no be use. After rest no the next component pain management. Say yenkoye surgery. Ono so yentimi enforce no e ma ne mbebo games no. The moment I be force no yentimi manage pains no ne groin no. So in conservative treatment no, I was so making sure say ni pains no betima manage. E ka hu bi no de akọ 6 weeks and a physical therapy. Enti nyoma miensa Chelsea for pese Kopama fam no rest, pain management and a physical therapy. And no an conservative treatment at Chelsea for person mu use edema Kopama. And ken me te Chelsea for na se me mini medical field Chelsea doctors ni nanim de ana o madwin no ene o mu hwehwe mu no o mu susu se sabrantie no ye ma ne rest ne ya nya ni surgery be boa Chelsea for a adinti na yen respect the medical team decision at the long run no say watch the bigger picture say o rest no betima ye 100% fit a e be boa Chelsea dance ye be pray ho say ye be ma na rush say abrantie ni ma be si akan. And Ken, 6 weeks na Kopama ekotene fie no. 1 month, that's 2 weeks. And sa 1 month, 2 weeks no. Kopama ebe me say Nottingham Forest game no this weekend. Omoni Ayas, omoni Sunderland, omoni Wolves ewo EFL Cup no, omoni Spurs, omoni Carabao, omoni Wolves biem ewo Premier League no, omoni Burnley and omoni Barcelona. These are the matches a Kopama ebe me say. Obi bia watch Chelsea bia intimi and dispute the fact say one of the most important players for Chelsea set up now Kopama. Ni influence for Chelsea team ni no eso. And it's a Chelsea sia kind of Kopama woma or ade a lot at the match Chelsea bobuko no. And Chelsea be here say on benyo omu Kopama amano so be stay fit or betima boa Chelsea bobuko no. But Ken, in as much as Metias say Kopama is very important in Chelsea no. So what check Chelsea against Benfica, Chelsea against Liverpool. Other players now what Chelsea needs to demonstrate actually say even without Kopama omo ye capable so betima manage every new omo games no. And so what take games are Kopama MSC akem Se Kopama mpokura insi aken against Nottingham Forest other players against Nottingham Forest no I believe on betimi perform against Nottingham Forest but against Ayas enye side abeka so modern bro so bia to the extent say o misi Kopama untimi mbo against Ayas against Sunderland against Wolves against Carabao against Burnley and so obeka o check matches Kopama MSC akesi pay won pani express and Barcelona game no. And then Abeka say any MSC a star player to be affecting by Chelsea players no against Liverpool against Benfica. Omo kire say even without Kopama omo ye capable. Me ditu say Kopama or Chelsea team nima or ade a lot. By sa wo the bigger picture na Kopama ebe hia enough rest na wetimi enya sa ni full fitness no e de abebo Chelsea bobuku no. So wo say tie coach na or say Pedro Neto mpokra no e doubtful against Nottingham Forest. Ken say Kopama nsi akan Pedro Neto doubtful. I believe a big opportunity at the man Estevao. So what's a coach in the say so use Estevao. Our Chelsea set up him. And the reason why I make us ask me say Kopama or Chelsea set up him on the Yamani free role operating as the number 10. So freedom with purpose. Freedom about move into every zone so no. Or no. Anna about the Pedro Neto baby or professor of Bopano the right wing. Say Kopama ni ho. Ana Pedro Neto ye doubtful. The only player bet me do say so Waka say or Chelsea set up ni man no opportunity to bet ma babo ni ye pana. To me I believe Estevao. Sa number 10 row hono. Facundo ni a very good player, but I believe Estevao no wasro. Estevao confidence no wasro. The last game of boy against Liverpool, kwa first free bench. Ebe she go ndi ma Chelsea munya the 3 maximum points. Or Brazil national team when the modern ball with the national team. So Abrante ne form our picking. I believe and minute John Terry again say na Kopama many ho Abrante friend say Pedro Neto doubtful no player any time say what's a coach nature say you no Estevao either so about the number 10 role and also be you as the right wing or Chelsea set up him. But another good news for Chelsea say coach in a press conference no or say Thousand Adarabio you back our Chelsea set up him Fofana back Andre Santos back which I believe a good news for Chelsea by player obe free Chelsea set up him apart from Kopama no be dia show on so free till December which sad news for this chap because o check after said dia show free injury by no or shall say be peke form recently now we have born na be dia show bona no perform very well so can no check coach in the press conference na yenya good news kakra and yenya bad news kakra but playing against Nottingham Forest players or more Chelsea obi obenya available for selection bian capable say obeti mama Chelsea nya the needed resource Hansi Flick so in the press conference no na Hansi Flick press conference no ano say Lamine Yamal ana Abrante friend say Femi Lopez back but no ma bana good news e de ma Barcelona na emum against Girona Lamine Yamal ana Femi Lopez entimi mbo full 90 minutes so either say ombesha as yeni you omefrim anaso ombe free bench e de aba ana no pay Ferran Torres so Barcelona for de aba bonten say we pra discomfort kakra wo ho so no so ye out against Girona bobuku no and Ken Barcelona move training na no pay no reports eba ni nyina kire say coach ni experiment kakra because olusu some key guys na experiment Hansi Flick Barcelona training grounds no or you saw Marcus Rashford as the number 9 our Barcelona training grounds nene. Reason why you use Marcus Rashford or the number 9 rule here say the first choice striker Lewandowski or out wepra say only wa Ferran Torres nebo wepra and it's a Ferran Torres anyhow Lewandowski ni wa the only option na wo gidie woni mu say obetima about the number 9 role e dia ma Barcelona boboku ni sese no Marcus Rashford enti anopai or try Marcus Rashford the number 9 role. So Marcus Rashford number 9 now. It means say the left wing row no into Krobeda. And Kako Barcelona set up him no be available for selection. The operating on the left wing, Brante friend say Raphinha. But also so out against Girona. So Raphinha anywhere, the about the left wing, Marcus Rashford. Also so na coach in the Nekobo number 9. And so Marcus Rashford any left wing go. Now Raphinha any left wing go. Other players who mutimi boss Aro no Danny Olmo on also say out of the game. Then Gavi or out of the game. And our Barcelona training grounds are no pay no. The left wing grew hono. Now you heard the obetima operative ho. And another experiment Hansi Flick and anano pay no. So you sue Balde our the left wing grew. And no pay experiment me no Hansi Flick or Barcelona training grounds no. or my Rashford ekobo the number 9 role and no Yusu Balde or the left wing role when we change say likely say nyame ya adum against Girona sesa na coach ne betime Yusu dia ye behu Balde on the left wing then Abrante Fence Marcus Rashford on the right wing ken say ye bo football ne ye hwe agropama ne so a ye wo different departments ye wo goalkeeping departments defensive departments midfield department and the forward line department. The duty of the forward line department in here say team no goals on better the majority of the goals are team the better no and what's the forward line department to but what check Barcelona team na ken this season baby are injuries are hit you on pano your forward line department injuries affect Lewandowski Raphinha Ferran Torres Dani Olmo say you know players nimpo come returning from injury yes you team 90 minutes and the players are expected some bit Barcelona that needed numbers you know you say season as an injuries and affect you. Last season, na ye ka Barcelona bo boku na. Omo bo 60 games in our competition. Eshe 174 goals. Out of 174 goals, no, Lewandowski, Raphinha, Ferran Torres, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, and Femi Lopez. Eshe mu 133. And it's our players where you more Barcelona anymore no. Out of 174 goals almost in the last season no. Some players where more anymore no 133. A chance say majority of Barcelona goals no e yomo na ehye. So ya say new season I say who expect say some players ni beti mama that numbers no. And the only way a players beti mama on numbers no the first one availability for selection. And the players are expect some mama on numbers omo nya available for selection e besi dey ano mama on numbers. Enti ene o check Barcelona department ni na of field ne so a baby I affect Barcelona kese pa no the forward line department e ka ho bi and the coach ni experiment no or the Marcus Rashford ekobo number 9 na or the Balde ekobo the left wing group e try say Barcelona nim ho no omu lose a lot of key players me hope say after Girona game no Barcelona players the majority of them no e betima ye fit no metima be share Barcelona setup nim me pe classico Barcelona and Real Madrid nan obi use a strong 11 na ma classico nim eso etimi ayede me dem no be sinima me nko wie wo slot a press conference no ye busa ne say so far McAllister ne form na you slow dodo ana slot say enye boy na pre-season we on and off ye be wie season na no call off obai wentimi anye pre-season no by kakra McAllister eba enti obi anya abochire because of experience of be picking form ken obi oni McAllister bia from Brighton by Liverpool last season na Liverpool Egypt Premier League no obebo Mohamed Salah din obebo Van Dijk mudin obebo players in there okay. By one player no ye instrumental Liverpool setup him was McAllister but it's quite unfortunate to see a season as no out of 463 minutes no ontimi peke ne radio say McAllister ne former or ma onioma miensa Liverpool setup him defensive work or ye very industrious mfimfin ho or sa akọ na nima ni goal threat ya atwe goals or taise hwesa sit and long range or such no then again or the stability any control be mfimfin ho so I agree perfectly with slot say onya McAllister back I say hwe sobos like form hwe Gravenberch e form dia kan ye say McAllister ebe pekine form
okay
na Abrante Fence Florian Wirtz a pekine form se ne midfielders ne pekine form a ebe boa Isaac mu ana Mohamed Salah mu anim ho so me hope say McAllister ebetima sa pekine form
Alex McAllister
yes
okay any kwame others in Bremer na bigi emfane jenemra
kemera say na mentoaso the tiene say you see naturally player ope Ballon d'Or ope FIFA best ope individual glories be normally they are selfish with their injuries. Now, sometimes it was a clubs na mo when you players na be brave. Me can you see Kopama situation so na match be. If I do remember, Chelsea bought West Ham United on the 22nd of August. Like I got 2 months ago, right? 4 days before that game, you know, Chelsea training, Kopama in a groin injury. Me patcho follow me very well. On your groin injury, you know, and so yanya kakra man in kobo body be. mo kai Chelsea versus West Ham no. Chelsea warm up and a Kopama pull it off. And now in fact he could not continue because warm up anymore. Na Groin ne cano warm up anymore. And we yin sing chain. Quickly, and the mama risk a year, reshuffle anymore. Oma Willen Estevao Gina right war Neto on the left, Joao Pedro as a number 10. And about deal up last game amani no. It was because boy no Kopama had pulled off during the warm-up. Ye press conference I say and I'm a risk Becca say Kopama our issues be that 4 days ago with groin injury, but no more try some man abobo ni bi. Me ba chon ko mini widi e August nkomo. Iti quickly na England national team nanka yat fre Kopama. And Chelsea had to inform the English national team so on to me more body be. Me ba chon enye this international window ya etwam ya o. Meka bakubi na Ghana ye any Chad any Mali boy and say the be say enye we had the year bia. England, they were supposed to play Andorra and Serbia. In fact, my main Sankai Mubio, a Kopama and Bukayo Saka, or me and one Kobe. Saka, no hamstring injury against Leeds. Inti Kopama was not part of the team. And I was on home because we have groin injury. Your free international breaking it bar, pet, not Chelsea, Bob Brentford. And also so Jaff starts game from the bench or by the Bobby. Sad time and another grinding young boy. Chelsea ball against Bayern Munich. Can't check your picture number the no. Na men cast I'm sure. Because the whole goal was that Yansu so Kopama so non kobo against Bayern Munich. Can me pacho share television also. Yeah, be this is Kopama. And I was so sebi na yase no maybe an grind one and all came this is against Bayern Munich. Therefore I would say radio boy wa koto and na yase ya because no one no ken wey I was saying kedi Kopama kwat na fie because against Manchester United proud to the game the Chelsea coach was preparing without Kopama. Because na boy clearly na ontimi mobo ni bi sa groin no se mu hwewa dance yakra ontimi nante bi eno na samo be kai Lamine Yamal ball Paris Saint-Germain game we na so ontimi nante enye izo because groin na ase wo sere mu inside wo sere ni mu wo nti o ma na hwe wo yi a wo be bre nti obi ni wo na osusu so be bo Manchester United game no only for the coach to say anopa no Omo hotel na Palma say, "Are you okay, Obebo?" And no kobo ya. 21 minutes they had to pull him off. And no name. And ya know. And the Kopama say obresa. So the quest for gaining numbers now, wa prayer no. Half there. What's if you crowd more? We no. Because if he had rested very well. In by this time no one turn all bobo. But member say he's staying out for even longer. Or bet snefia che. Because wow, groin injury on ken. Start say na uko and answer who take care of your body. At 3 weeks, you are good to go. A free mind on a moderator, you are spending 2 to 3 months. Say a year kesia party at Sebia or minor injury canebia over 4 months. Say any stage, you know, a moderate DNB. And until now, watch 1 month, watch 2 yakeka kwatreno. Now, say what it is in a second. Groin no unya treatments no doctors for na say free BB rice. They say biania yedi rice RICE. Let it be our the echere R no echere rest. Jiwa home. You rest. I no echere ice. And nunti ena sa ken someone say ye bobola. Patrick Kent ubenya ice treatment na dia mamia. Omo chechere ice block. Can we hear television no so na wo dia tare baby ya wo ya no sa. Ya no every 1 hour bia wo de tare be 20 minutes na we. Now they are tare 20 minutes. Inti aro no rest. I no the eyes see no compression and no now be use bandage e dey achechere e ho no it's what the chechira now we compress baby ya no then the last one no elevation say we are when in area okoda ho a na say be wo the pillow e dey ato baby ya no wo dey ato ase na nan ni mu apagya kakra. That is the best way of treating a groin. But the most important thing and the first one is say rest. You are home. It's a Kopama no. On one and a swording and a deep club no, and on when we are do some pen so no. Chelsea would have to take over. Moment here boy any view. So Jane say because they say no individual glory is na ba be brave, but they need to calm him down. Dear Tosubio. Metie Hans Flick and na cry no press conference na be koso no. And na mentie bi kran ka metie be ya me ya because in some no na kopufo ekeka fa Barcelona ho no. Say Lamine Yamal oye late against Paris Saint-Germain. Na se ne ye nyina ye nim se wo ye late against in fact e wo Barcelona pre-game ho a uchu mu time ya be drop you. Kopufo no e ban no so boy na ye late na coach no person or drop Lamine Yamal against Paris Saint-Germain nemom e ye deco any mpanyimfo na anse ase in some no na twetwe maso kakra because Hans Yampa said deco ba gina nanim aka chense master me ma won drop Lamine there strange and I was like okay and then papa no be address that press conference Hans bae no Hans say ono all hide bibia or come on the credit actually say the central phone air keka no sebi and nonsense and no credit and some no ayamienu either say what Hans Flick is saying is true or obviously ontimi ma radio so ni TV so embeka say asam no credit Ninche ka won say why na the information come central phone no nan saying omunya Barcelona information inside sources too much. Nan saying someone ego in some their cost dressing room and in some na cost Barcelona no nan saying a pie too much into why na the information come central phone sir. Now let's analyze the situation very well because you doha ni doha. Okay, let's do this. Ken, you see, the backbone of Hans Flick's team, how united that team, the unity is very important. Barcelona team na Hans Yashisheno, and again, German coaches there. Team more this system, I'm a system na fa with average players ebefa because the team is united or you good to go. It is a whole breaky. How united Barcelona what's saying team? It is an insane warrior. He's in fact or try as much as possible to protect Barcelona team. Oman conform bim. Oman won't can some embassy because say if the unity breaks, Hans Flick done. It's again. Watch recent times Yo Hans Flick Edim Radia Basse. Say any pre-game one. We are wine so with ye chire say ya red now ball. We are late 1 minute here with Yati Umoboni bi. Hansi at the side did so many plays. Juice Kunde autonomy ensa 3 times. Preseason game bako and now against Alaves October or ye late 2 minutes coach na manambo boni bi. And now against Espanyol or ye late 1 minute coach na manambo bi. Okay. Maybe it is Juice Kunde alone. Marcus Rashford and now or ye late 2 minutes against Getafe. Coach no wamanambo boni bi. Raphinha atono coach no wamanambo boni bi. Inaki Pena omukwa Saudi against Atletico Bilbao Super Cup wamanambo boni bi. Into coach no I insist to say no matter how big you are, ubu club namra umoboni bi. That is the law. So you are not big or you are not bigger than the club itself. That is the law. In second, just imagine and say, so what do you do Raphinha? What do you do Juice Kunde? What do you do place ni bebre? Na afei edu Lamine Yamal so I won't offend you. Then I won't can accept the rest of the place. Because Lamine Yamal the any test case pow. say I say DSB you can replace us. Now Lamine Yamal swear.
Because utie couple mo break story no. Once almost sign I can say na game na size in the city no. Now when team member bonte make say Barca PAG player late for 2 minutes. Or your team no main man one man mobi. Na bibi ko see. Na now be some question be some information mo so oba deny so team member bonte.
They want me.
Some information if because we inside source.
Now say inside source.
And players so na man for central for information.
No so ni asem no.
E footballers na the information eba. And na Hansi Flick be say yet way. Nipa kro ka na obi ehun say me na me say.
And also on the sources within
also
the
on the source within the team. Or non central or say. Enti u baby say yet here.
Asam no wen susu say baby. And I impose say no kra. Na just aggrieved players. The players are not happy. Say a toe Lamine in
Kwani. The Babon thing.
Mama Nabo. What? Because and again it's that game no. If Barcelona had decided to drop Lamine Yamal, na nkobebo Rashford ni Rooney Baji. It was that game.
Just ananka omo lusu ye ya.
Next game no so omo lusu.
Na make say na komo lusu ya.
Okay, come the best share no.
Come the best share.
A difficult situation.
Because how you dekwa. Obetimi akọ papa na wakoka chense masa. Ade we de yentimi ansa ma na nyi.
Kina say ada na to obi ade na nyina ya kom na Lamine ko ade mpanyifo be step in. You see, ade de say me hu say pressure e ba Hansi so. Second year some na e be baba so na no dolls too much. And until now we making sure say Thiago Alcantara e be step in na wa can place ni nyina bom because unity if Barcelona are united they are good to go. Say omoma die bi free abontin be break the unity of the team wa and then the Barcelona say any beba no.
I say you play be on no leak information so.
And no so team no. Say clearly na say nkofo bi say inside the mu leak because enye no. Lamine Yamal ego in some ne buy no. In someone na dressing room na wa abontin.
Coach ne be kan ego Pedri say coach ni nim player no. Obekai. Pedri say coach ni nim nipa krona o kan asem no eye wan.
Coach ni mbeka. See in some now I said the second season of Hansi. I'm for targeting or bro information will be he need to defend it. Ken Kitwebi. John Terry Estevao see or John Terry see ma Estevao embo games ni bi.
Ne kwan so na.
Ken media the metimia can say Estevao no na nkobeko buy Munchen PSG and Chelsea title. Barcelona dear, essence ni agent Ange carry no ni de ko kuntoka because or the Victor okay koma de ko mu say na kwada nti onu mu nyanda kwa and Ange carry no so no metena say because also no ye agent and I say or ye scout at the Barca.
Okay.
Nti there is no way na boy ni beba Barca and again na Barca wala Lamine Yamal. And Ange carry so ni Madrid for akuntokwa nti na boy no onko ho. Kerry say the reason why or decided so mama boy na kwa Chelsea ni say Chelsea for shene bo so mama boy na bobo ni bi half a boy ni say na 10 no ope Chelsea for shene bo say in the future o mama na bobi first promise say Chelsea say o mama na bobo ni bi
John de be over so bobo
inti aye boshe and na me so me nkoma medi and I will continue to defend my point in say player with 18 years now I'm an bar because young players they need to make mistakes. They must make mistakes. A need and must mistakes there. And was somewhere that's a part of the growing process. No, and see he needs to start playing. He needs to start making mistakes today. And about Brahma Estevao, Ababe Estevao.
Okay. Any Estevao William. Biggie.
Ken.
Se United mu ayete papa misro. Uncle Focus will be say Ayaka United asem.
Reckon then
se team no na no mo say 2-0. And na kra me hwe ne mo yo current na. Why won't be to match Liverpool 3-1. Na say Liverpool na say na you for Galatasaray kwan Liverpool.
I say Galatasaray home.
Na say Manchester United team was take here. Nko challenge league no.
Ken. Me trying say United we share consecutive league matches at Toaso. Esia. Me chance ya United asem. So we win back week way. Following week was Ashe. We share 2 league matches at Toaso. Na maka Manchester United asem. For now the BBNC hwensi sign. Nti yenya botre. Aye. Kedom Mikel Arteta on say Wabaye one of the longest serving managers in the English Premier League. No mubisa Arteta, and Arteta say, or you privileged, or you grateful. Name he knows to say a Jumana Obaye no, and no na ebe require say obeche in a club. And I'm very happy to say Mikel Arteta and Hunu Saadi no. Ken say Obe Fatima, looking at baby a team in the war. Say nipa benya time ama opa. Yehwe baby a team ne da. Any baby all the team na baba BC.
What do you say?
Mikel Arteta. What do you almost 6 years?
6 years.
Yes. About 2019.
What did you
FA Cup back.
A team no one in here.
And until America says Obe Fatima.
Who say why all progress? Your team will progress in the day. Onje Cup now progress team or my team na name.
That is why I'm saying say I am there. Say papa na who say Juma na obeye no. And no be boa the longest serving manager and as obeche club mo.
But 6 years, one FA Cup, because also Ultimate second, Ultimate quarter final, Champions League, and in churches, why are they?
Because of baby Obefa team no.
Abas na form, sir.
Not our form,
sir.
Yes. Not our form.
Venga GG League in the
Venga GG League, but post the Venga era, Venga core no. Omo mbe take over no muntimi nya adwuma no. It got to that point. Now Arsenal bobo ko na lose hope. Omo lose trust supporters no. Eni gidie say omo team ne said ye na sitia during the Wenger era no. E betimi nso asa baba be yes abim. E di ye be start season a. Onte Arsenal supporter oba be kasa ye betimi agi league mpo. Onte Arsenal supporter obebie na no. Ababa be kasa o league ne be compete krampo. Debbie, because no team ne conform to the extent say omo lose our trust and confidence in whoever takes off the club. Ateta buy no, and wa chance say or build BB, and a GD ne chance say eba back. Consistently. Positions are not ordinary and yet, but they didn't complain because Obefa team ne were form. And ne say ye sheli gasia. Arsenal supporter no wo GD so mo be compete for the title. Though onim so mo beje. But once they have gotten close 3 consecutive times in there. Omuni say free say me ko ye bia omo betimi agi league ni bi. It's that kind of confidence a supporter benya. No the attack team echi no. Coach I friend say Mikel Arteta and this our confidence now back to the Arsenal team. But the entire America say nipa benya brama on why adwuma wo team mu a. E gina ba bia na team ne won ne say Arsenal supporters now they have gotten over what coach I friend say Mikel Arteta yema omo. Ba bia na omo da no. A obefa omo free no. Omo refi. Now what they know, they say, Sika ya di amount, players are to the amount, no, it is time. So you be the man Arsenal boko no. It is as Wenger nim. Say Juma na obeye no. And when they bet me aboa no watch our club mo, he should know. Or Pep Guardiola obehu. Manchester City today doesn't talk about Pep Guardiola. Etoda enkoye, etoda obeye mistakes, but nobody talk about him because Juma na why di ama club no, the club na baba be si baby a obia wo gidie wonimu. The same thing applied to Sir Alex Ferguson. The same thing applied to Coach Efenis Arsene Wenger. It is all percent depend on GDN be mau. Now show with team ni moi. Baby, you're not team ne dano mun team inje trophies no. You are far gone from that state. Say see baby as na baba be duru no. Supporters ni feel say we so we bibi mau mo. Tuba twaso no why adwuma with team ni mo. No abeka the great no abeka the longest serving managers ne ho from Eneko ya. You have to start winning laurels for Arsenal because 6 solid years, 1 FA Cup. They kept quiet just because of baby obeyi omo free you know. But in so nefa aboa na ni sunko and e jano nso so ani sunko. Nti Arteta no win this. I was say yeah adwuma na glory se de chance say eba. Ken Ange Postecoglou I say on the story na always the same. Say o man time now jano nko adia. Enkodu se on free team ni na onko no. No a jet trophies amount. You look at Ange Postecoglou baby awaye adwuma compared to say baby owo aye Nottingham Forest star. Now they din komo na wudi no. The last 3 adwuma awaye before Nottingham Forest, Yokohama Marinos. Ken he joined in 2018. The second season Oji League Edema team no. Right from the start na performance ni okay. So they got that kind of confidence. Say ye jai papa ne say onye adwuma obetimi aboa yen. Eno mu ja no eno ye adwuma. E wi ase no. No age trophies mako 5 ansa na o free honum. O free honum no ko join Celtic. O join Celtic the first season 2021-2022. O G League de ma Celtic bo boku no. Ball na obo na efe. good football and an body ma team no aside that he was winning the trophies enti obi owo hodum bia hu say what shall see ye enti say ye jam what to so clearly ubetimi aye adwuma na de aboa na de ye hwehwe ne ye nsaka oba Tottenham in the first season he made an impact e Tottenham and no more munya confidence ni gidie a omo decide to omo be jana ma na to aso make away because before joining Tottenham Ken na the previous season Tottenham oboko na the 8th Premier League anymore with 60 points. Or before Tottenham in the first season, or the omu the 5th, and only 66 points. And the per league table, no one improve. Per point, no one science will improve. And the Tottenham for the Benya GDS first season there. So to me defeat to a Premier League anymore. You down out to us over boying. And no namso, and one with Jana man to us. Oh, the ball last season, we are eventually, or G Europa Cup in my and two teams now walk home no day yardstick now. Nana chassis any year. But at Nottingham Forest, saying I shall see it. Nottingham Forest this season, Nuno Espirito Santo Anoya Jumama Omo from last season. And I born or the team na Baba BPM this season. Ken, the first game of the season or winning, or share 3-1. Second game of the season or draw, and or losing the third game of the season. And a team Ra due to problems and see momentum from last season and or Pamono. Or Pamono na Ange Postecoglou bayano. Ne start in yet. 7 matches our bo e di ama Nottingham Forest boboku no onwene ba kokra we lose 5 and our draw just 2 and to looking at this stat na nipa onu no bia build team ama no Nottingham Forest it was great in the past but nan saying who pe coach omo best performance with Premier League ni mo a e Nuno Espirito Santo last season odo mo qualify the Europa Cup but enu ni mpo no team no ani ni nya problem we nya abotra nhwe say ono na last season odo mo qualify Europa no wa pam no na how much more wa start na nye. It in some now they to home. So no man the brave you to major trophies no. It is because say the last 3 jobs now are funny no. The start has been good. And almost shall so no more the man akwanya man to also the following seasons. But see am no say Nottingham Forest omo and that's 17th on the Premier League log. Team owner ni ntimi nya abotre na onko so ntwan. Nti o bibi ya on shall see no onye ni sesi a. Na saa o ma me time a major trophy no.
O the Chelsea pam na so one year fair to no.
Ken yes because one way or the other.
But also games be but match how they now they decided it. But because the possibility of Chelsea be share Nottingham Forest was through be
very high.
Until you can say na we be jina so pam.
But me no be the other
say no Chelsea game nim for no man game for.
There be on to be nyimfro because Nottingham Forest crew ya players crew ya say last season no be Chelsea will home. I am sure Senka when your confidence will not in a move. Okay. And the team owner no on team in China. Say one shall see ya. Oba Pamua Moako. O Bibia onion is here. No nice or did ye come to Tongue because I know him Pono and in the Bobra.
Me da se ma men samra na memra so sisi na yemfa your stories nemra nemo kivo 4-in-1 Gary a soaking miss